Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about random variables. So whenever we deal with data, of course we have to deal with different variables. So we'll see what are different types of variables and how we handle them.
So generally, we define two major categories of variables. One is discrete and other is continuous. Right? These are two major categories of variables, discrete and continuous. So, how do I define if a given random variable is discrete or if a given random variable is continuous? You must have studied this in probability theory. If the set of possible values of a random variable is either finite or countable, then you call that random variable as discrete. Whereas, if a set of possible values for a random variable is uncountable, then you call it as continuous. So, I know it is very easy to understand that if I have a binary variable, it's discrete. If I am talking about say height or weight, which can be measured technically up to as many decimals as you want, then it becomes continuous. But if suppose you have some random variable, which takes values in the set of all rational numbers, then even though the number of values is infinite, it is still countable and hence it would come under the discrete category. So discrete doesn't necessarily mean integer. Okay. What we are generally thinking is whenever we say discrete, we go to integer. Not just integer, most of us go to positive integers. But that's not the only case. Okay. There are some discrete doesn't actually equal to integer. Okay. There are some other things which can be included in discrete. As I said, non-positive integers are of course there. Similarly, even say rationals, they can be there. Okay. So one quick example can be, if I have a random variable which takes values between say values from this set 1 by n belongs to n. So if I have a random variable which takes values from this set, then since this set is countable, I would have to call that random variable as discrete even though they are not integer valued. Okay. Now, even in discrete, we don't stop. When we say discrete, we still go further. So, in discrete, we go for two categories. Ones which take finitely many values, others which take infinitely many values. Of course, when I say infinitely many values, it actually means countably infinite. Okay, it actually means countably infinite. Now, this is quite easy to understand. Okay, so whether the set of possible values is finite or infinite is quite easy to understand. Another categorization of discrete random variables can be whether it is count data or whether it is categorical data. Okay, because generally discrete means you are either counting something or you are representing something. So discrete has to be either count data or categorical data. Now, what comes under count data? Your typical examples. Number of people visiting an ATM in 1 hour. Number of vehicles crossing a particular bridge in 1 hour. These are all examples of count data. When we go to categorical data, we know that in categorical there are again two possibilities. You have either ordinal categories or you have nominal categories. Okay, you have either ordinal categories or nominal categories. What do you mean by ordinal and nominal? Ordinal categories are basically consisting of those categories which can be ordered. Typical example can be, your grades. So grades can be actually ordered. So I have F as the lowest grade, then you have, I think your batch does, yeah, it has P, then C, B, A and O. So these become ordered categories, so it is known as ordinal. And nominal categories are those in which there is no order. So if suppose I am talking about say favorite colors for a person. So there is no order. I can't say okay, this person's favorite color is red, this person's favorite color is say black. So the first person is in some sense larger. First person's favorite color is in some sense larger than the second person's favorite color. I can't say that. So those come under nominal categories. Okay. Now, why I am talking about categorical variables? Because many times when we are dealing with real data, many of the variables might be categorical. For example, if we are talking about human beings, gender becomes a categorical variable. It's actually a nominal categorical variable. It's not ordinal. You can't order. Similarly, the languages, mother tongue of a person becomes a categorical variable. Whether the person is a patient or not, yes, no, that becomes a categorical variable, and so on. Okay, so there are many variables which generally come in the form of categorical variable, and unfortunately, we so far most of the things that we have learned, they are from continuous variable things. We can't really do similar things on categorical data. For example, take something as simple as descriptive statistics, because as soon as we lay our hands on data, the first thing we should do is exploratory analysis, which involves drawing some basic graphs, computing summary statistics and so on. So as soon as descriptive statistics come in picture, if I have categorical variables, I am stuck. Fine, I can compute mode, I can compute which category is, for majority of the respondents, which category is say chosen, that becomes a modal category. But I cannot really compute mean. Okay, you might convert categorical variable into a number kind of variable, by giving the numbers to categories. So in favorite color, I can say suppose red is 1, and then black is suppose 2, and blue is suppose 3, green is 4. Something like this I can do. But I know that these numbers are actually arbitrary. I know that if something is black, that doesn't mean it is twice as big as red. Okay, why? Because this is 2 and this is 1. Similarly, I know that difference between red and black does not really need to be equivalent to difference between blue and green. When you say you can handle continuous data, these are all the assumptions that you are making at the background which we don't realize. Okay. So for categorical data, this is not an option. Okay. Hence, we need to come up with some different techniques. If it's an ordered categorical data, we can perhaps use at least median and mode. So ordered or ordinal data, we can use at least median or mode. But for nominal data, I can compute only mode. I cannot compute even median. Okay, you can't say blue is somewhere in the middle of red and black. Now I know some people might be thinking that you can actually convert blue or any other color for that matter to numbers, RGB coding. But yes, I am not going into those many technicalities. In general, for a layman, yes, blue, green, they are just different colors. A person doesn't associate any numerical values with it. Of course, in your data analysis problem, if you feel it is necessary, you can go for that. But in general, we don't do that. So, okay. So, I have ordered categories and I can find median or I can find mode. But if I have nominal categories, I can't even find median. See, something so simple as mean or median cannot be computed if I have categorical variables. Another typical example of categorical variable is the level of pain felt by individual people. Okay, so generally, when you have things which cannot be measured, you resort to other ways. So, same thing. So, amount of pain that a person is undergoing cannot actually be accurately measured. So, what doctors do is they routinely ask a patient, how much is the pain today? On the scale of 1 to 10, how much is the pain today? Is it 3? Is it 5? Is it 7? Is it 9? And so on. Okay. Now in level of pain, again the same question arises. The level of pain is actually on the range 1 to 10. But that doesn't mean that when a person says today my pain is 10 and yesterday it was 5, that today's pain is exactly twice as yesterday's. Okay. We don't even know whether the gap between 1 2 is similar to the gap between 9 10. It need not be. Okay. As a result, you cannot really handle categorical data sets by the same way in which you can handle continuous variables. Okay, we need to do something more to handle them. In continuous variables, of course, you can compute summary statistics, you can draw box plots, you can draw histograms, you can draw scatter plots, pairwise scatter plots, which are also known as matrix plots, and then move ahead. Okay, so remember, you have different types of variables: continuous, discrete. In discrete, you have count data, categorical data. In categorical data, again, it can be either nominal categories or ordinal categories.
Let me stop here. Thank you.